Dear friends, namaste, that's RAMNEEK WIG in front of you. And friends, today I shall be telling you about pranayamas and food therapy for diabetes. Now friends, today I'm here at Faridabad for a workshop on the miracles of pranayama and food therapy. It's a lovely place. This is called as Greater Faridabad, and you can see many flats around me, right behind me. Lots and lots of flats just behind me. People are here also very interested in pranayama and food therapy. And friends, today I shall be telling you about pranayamas and food therapy for people suffering from diabetes. Now friends, there are several pranayamas for people suffering from diabetes, and however, according to me, the best pranayamas are Kapalbhati, Rapid Anuloma Viloma, External retention of breath pranayama, external retention Nari Shodhan pranayama, Agni Sara pranayama, double retention of breath pranayama, double retention Nari Shodhan pranayama. So friends, these are the important pranayamas for people suffering from diabetes. And friends, today here I shall be showing you the technique of one of my very favorite pranayamas, and which is called as Kapalbhati. Now friends, the technique of this pranayama is that first you take a deep breath in, you expand your abdomen as much as you can, and then you exhale with a lot of force. Each time you exhale, your abdomen sinks in. And in this pranayama, the inhalation takes place on its own. So all what your concern is with forceful exhalations. Now friends, the important thing in this pranayama is that each time you exhale, your abdomen sinks in, and inhalations are passive, they take place on their own. The second important thing is that as you exhale, the abdomen sinks in. Now friends, you got to remember another very important thing, that the force with which you exhale should be of such great intensity that if you have a candle flame lit in about 6 inches away from your nostrils, that should also blow off. So that means the force with which you exhale should be of great intensity. Now friend, there are 3 stages in this pranayama called Kapalbhati. In the first stage of this pranayama, I have given the simile of a train. That means the time gap between 2 exhalations should be 1 second. In the second stage of this pranayama, the time gap is reduced from 1 second to half a second. And in the third stage of this pranayama, the time gap is reduced to there is no time gap. That means exhalations are forceful and rapid in the third stage. Now friend, the technique of doing this pranayama is keep your palm about 6 inches away from your nostrils like this. Inhale, expand your abdomen, and see stage 1. So friends, that was stage 1. There's a 1 second gap between 2 forceful exhalations. Now friends, see stage 2. There is no gap between 2 forceful exhalations. And now friends, see stage 3, where there would be no gap between 2 forceful exhalations. Now in stage 2, remember, there is half a second gap between 2 forceful exhalations. However, in stage 3, there would be no gap between 2 forceful exhalations, and they are done at a rapid pace. So it would be something like this, friends. So friends, that was Kapalbhati pranayama for you, and it's a beautiful pranayama for people suffering from diabetes. Now friends, that was Kapalbhati. And friends, you got to remember, as you're doing this pranayama, remember to do all 3 stages. I have given the simile of a train in my book called The Miracles of Pranayama, that as the train leaves the platform, the train is very slow. So you can compare this with the stage 1 of the pranayama, a 1 second solid gap between 2 forceful exhalations. Stage 2 is half a second gap between 2 forceful exhalations, and stage 3, no gap between 2 forceful exhalations. So friend, that was Kapalbhati for you. Now friends, as far as food therapy is concerned, people with diabetes should, number 1, try to eat carbohydrates which have a low glycemic index. Now glycemic index means that the rate or the time a food stuff takes to get converted into glucose. So there are some foodstuffs which have a high glycemic index, that means the food, when we take in those food items, they get readily converted into glucose or sugar. As a matter of fact, the blood sugar level then rises. So what you have to see is to take in foodstuffs which have a low glycemic index. Now all whole grain items have a low glycemic index. Fruits like apple have a low glycemic index. Whole wheat has a low glycemic index. Legumes are also having a low glycemic index. But foodstuffs like potato, ice creams, fried stuffs, deep fried stuffs, these foodstuffs like white bread, white rice, they are bad for you because they have a very high glycemic index and they readily convert into glucose. That means these foodstuffs readily convert into glucose inside your system. So try to have foodstuffs which have a low glycemic index. Second, friends, remember, if you're suffering from diabetes, try to increase your intake of soluble fiber. Now, soluble fiber is the fiber which would reduce the conversion of your food into glucose. That means it would increase the time your food takes to get converted into glucose. That means your blood sugar will not rise at once. There will be a gradual rise of blood sugar. It will not rise all of a sudden. So foodstuffs like oatmeal, oat bran, legumes, lentils, psyllium husk, cruciferous vegetables like cabbage, broccoli, kale, turnip, radish, cauliflower, they have a lot of soluble fiber in them. So try to increase your intake of such foodstuffs because they are good for you. Next, friends, remember there are some naturopathic treatments for people suffering from diabetes like bitter gourd juice, which is a good treatment. Then fenugreek seeds, you can put some water in the fenugreek seeds and let that glass remain in your room for the whole night. Early morning you can take those seeds off and have that water. That is a good treatment for diabetes. Then you can also take crushed seeds of jamun. They can be taken along with water. That is a good treatment for diabetes. Neem leaves are also a good treatment for diabetes. So these are the naturopathic treatments for diabetes which are also very effective. So friends, I must here tell you that I also take disease-specific courses on pranayama and food therapy. These courses have a course called disease-specific course on pranayama and food therapy has 8 classes. And in this, the first 5 classes are on pranayama and the last 3 classes are on food therapy. So friends, if you're interested to take up this course, you can get in touch with me directly. My personal cell is +91 98 101 I have a page on internet which is called facebook.com/The Miracles of Pranayama and Food Therapy. I have over 425 videos on YouTube, so you can check them out. Also, it's youtube.com/Yoga Guru RAMNEEK WIG. My website is www.ramneekwig.com. So friends, if you are interested in doing this disease-specific course, you can also do it through internet Skype. But that's also a very good idea. Many of my clients who are not living in Delhi, Faridabad, they take up this course with me through Skype. So you can also do this course through Skype. All you need to do is to give me a call at my personal number, which is +91 98 101 78140, or you can email to me at yogaenjoyment@gmail.com. You can visit my website, which is www.ramneekwig.com. And friends, you must know that I myself suffered from cancer 3 times. The 3rd time I had cancer, the cure rate was not even 1%, even according to the doctors in the US, because I had gone to US also for treatment. But ultimately, pranayama and food therapy helped me to heal myself, and now it's been over 11 years and never got the cancer back. So pranayama and food therapy can give you miraculous results. So friends, there was RAMNEEK WIG in front of you from Faridabad. And today I'm here for a workshop on the miracles of pranayama and food therapy. So that's the reason I'm here today. So friends, you can get in touch with me and do have a nice day ahead. Namaste. Bye-bye.